What is going on, YouTube? We are back with another episode of my Mariners CaP MLB The Show franchise series where YouTube and Twitch community add their creative players and I control the Mariners and we both watch them go. This is at episode 7. We are just at the beginning of spring training. I have not gone through spring training yet. And if you watched the previous episode, you know that I had a couple settings incorrect. So to remedy that, we had to fix some stuff. We had to release a bunch of players that the AI signed for me because I didn't check my sliders correctly and it had free agency auto done, which is a problem. So they signed a lot of people. We had to let them go. Not what we're trying to do. It's not really going to mess with our team at all, but I did have to make it right because rules are rules. We can't use free agency, so we got to stick to the plan. So we are in spring training. So the point of this is twofold. One, before we advance to the regular season, I personally go through and set who I want in AAA, who I want in AA, and who I want in single A. I wish there was a legitimate option to do that before it actually advanced to regular season, but in theory, I guess you could just do it yourself, then advance to the regular season. So it doesn't mess with people's minor league options. If there's someone that you want to have up and you don't set your rosters before you advance to the regular season, the AI will do it for you. And there's a chance they send somebody down, use one of their options that potentially could screw you up in the long run. So we are going to do that before we advance. So we'll sim to the end of spring training. And then before we advance to the regular season, we will set our rosters, who we want in AAA, AA, and in single A. And of course, who we want on the major league roster. If we look at the prospects here, again, these are all, I wouldn't say all, a majority of these are creative players that Twitch viewers or YouTube viewers have created for me to put in this franchise. Hopefully, this season, we will not have anybody like this staying in single A. Right now, they're in single A. I'm not too worried about it. I wish he'd be up in the major leagues, but I hope the AI gets it right this year. He's the number one prospect. He's 75 overall. There is no way in hell that this guy should be in single A. So I'm hoping that the AI rosters do it correctly. I do not have control over these rosters, and I really don't want to intervene. Unless it's the Mariners, I just want to watch and see what happens. So hopefully they make some good decisions. We'll come back and check on this prospect list once we advance to the regular season, once all promotions happen across all major league teams, and see if anybody's still getting bent over a barrel with being in single A still. Remember the rules for this franchise: 150 mil player budget. Again, we're kind of near that right now. But if you watched the end of last episode, Haniger, Garver, and Polanco are probably 3 names that I will be letting go. Potentially trying to trade the deadline here. Garver, because we have 3 catchers. He's 34. I'd rather keep Dumper and Erie Ford, who's coming up. Haniger, 14.5 mil for 70 overall. It's just not going to cut it. Even though our outfield is weak and very non-existent. So Haniger is probably going to be a decision once we get closer and see if we're in the race or not. Polanco, yes, he's 78, but he is 31. And remember, on the Mariners, our strength is our infield. Not only did we have Colt Emerson, who's a real prospect, we got Fister Furbush, who's a CaP, Tyler Locklear, who's a real prospect, Cumbest, which is a CaP, Bliss, Young, Pete, and Celestin are all real prospects that we have on this squad. So our infield is pretty much set. It's our outfield that's the problem. So maybe getting rid of Mitch Haniger may not be the move. We might just have to let him walk at the end since he is in the final year of his deal. We can only make one trade. And putting Haniger, Polanco, and Garver all in one trade isn't incredibly realistic. And I try to make this as realistic as possible. So we'll see where we're at come the trade deadline. But what we are going to do here, and we're going to hope nobody gets hurt. We are just going to hope and pray. Let's go to the end. Fixed lineups. Don't care for spring training. Just get us done here. We're not going to advance 17 and 14, though. Go to our lineups here. Cumbest hit 227 in spring. Not great. Our other prospect, Fister, at 234 in spring. So not great either. Don't like seeing Luke Rayleigh at 175 in spring. But hey, it's spring. And of course, Haniger hits 330. Why wouldn't he? I'm going to treat spring like spring and just, hey, it's okay. People are working on their swings, even though it's AI. Don't judge me. That's the way that I'm going to take it. So before we advance here, again, we need to look at these rosters. I am going to preset everybody that I want in the majors, AAA, AA, and single. Do we have enough to even get enough people here? 17. I don't think I have enough players here. So I am going to need to go in free agency. And I probably should have thought about this before I released all those players. But in order to have a full AA roster, I will need to have some free agents. And I will get the bottom of the barrel. It's AA. I don't care. So when all these rosters are set, I will see what I need. But it looks like if I do the math correctly, that we are going to need 5 free agents to hit the minimum of 40, 26, 26. And we will not have a AA squad this year. As we go in future years, we'll sign everyone in the draft. And hopefully with our 1 trade a year, that'll help. But we will get this total number up. We only have 81 people in the organization right now, and we will definitely get that up. So give me a second to set all these rosters the best that I can as to who I want playing in Tacoma, who I want playing in Arkansas, and we will go through it. I will show you what I come up with. Give me a second. All right, I think we have done it. If anybody was paying attention before I set these rosters, I'm stupid and didn't do the math right. I was thinking that we needed 86 players in our organization. That's not correct because we don't need 40 on the major league roster. We need 26 once we get. So 26 times 3 is not 86. For some reason, I was taking the 40 and assuming 40 plus 26 plus 26 was the minimum, and that was not correct. So we actually have 3 extra, which is great, which is fine for year 2. So this is what we are looking at here. Our starting rotation did not change from last year. Castillo, Kirby, Gilbert, Miller, Wu, Hancock, Izzy, Stout, Kowar, and Rosales. One of our top prospects will be in AAA. Dollard will be the long reliever type guy. And then we have a lot of pitchers in AA because our relievers are actually pretty thin, which is fine. It's AA. That's a normal thing, so I'm not super worried about it. Relievers, pretty much the same as last year. Brash, Santos, Spire, Stanek, Salcedo, and Adcock. Then Mooney, of course. Catchers, we are going to keep up Garver, Raleigh, and we are going to keep Harry Ford. Garver can also play first. Considering we don't have Ty France anymore, I will probably slide Garver to first base. His defense is not great. I don't care. It's first base. He can play first base, which will allow Raleigh and Ford to take the catcher duties. And we can have all 3 guys in the lineup. No legit first baseman are being up, which is entirely fine. Polanco and Sam Haggerty will keep up. Fister, Furbush, and Demo we will keep up. J.P. Crawford, Jamison Cumbest will be, Cumbest the second will be our shortstop. Left field, we will keep Rayleigh and Dom Dom. Center field, Julio, of course, Jonathan Clase, which I wish he was a little better, but hey, it is what it is. In right field, we will only keep Haniger. So again, our outfield is very, very poor. But this is what our roster is going to look like. We'll do the lineups and all that sort of stuff later. I like double checking and ensuring that the game doesn't do anything that I don't want it to do. So I like to double check. Okay, March 28th is when I did all this. So when I advance here, I really want to make sure that they don't do anything else. So we will sim to the regular season. I think we're ready to go here. Wait, 328. Why is it saying... Hold on. Am I just an idiot again? Why is it saying that the 28th is when I did this stuff? But today's the 19th? January, February, March, 328. Yeah. Hello? Am I what am I missing here? If you guys can let me know in the comments maybe what I'm missing here and please point out how dumb I am, that'd be great. Why is it saying that I made these moves on March 28th and today is the 19th? Uh hello? January, February, March. That's the third month, right? Okay? Okay, I feel like I'm being an idiot, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's supposed to say 228. I don't know, man. I don't know. In either case, it does not look like the computer did anything, which is great. Taking a big peek at the top prospect. Why are there people in single A? Oh, this is so infuriating. Why is Robert Jones in single A? It makes no sense to me why he is still that low. The AI needs to do better when it comes to promotions. If you look at the prospect list here, Rendon, if he cared, Pujols, Cummins, Hugh Cox, Simmons, Suter, Norris, James Wood, Jim Evans Jr., Sweater Vest, Cody Brever, Frank Reynolds are all up. Joey Smoke, Big Poppy. So a lot of caps did make it up. Of course, there's some that already made it up last year, so they're not on this prospects list. But you still see a decent chunk of people in the minors. But to be honest, as long as you're not in single A, I'm okay with it. Jones is getting the shit out of the shaft. The Big Daddy T is brand new, so it is what it is. He's a 18. McCann is not a cap. Neither is Aiden Miller. Bartley is not. Neither is George Moya. So honestly, none of these single A guys are caps, except for the one guy that's getting screwed. And he just so happens to be the number one prospect in baseball, and that's Robert Jones. So sorry, Robert Jones. I apologize that the game is bending you over a barrel, but you're going to start in single A, I guess. So that's what we're going to do. Wait, they're not simmed the regular season? Okay. Maybe it didn't update then? Nope, still the same. Okay, it's fine. It is what it is. There's not much we can do. I don't think something that I need to do a little bit better too is trades. Make sure I'm double checking this every week or two. Not every trade is going to pop up as a prompt screen, so I have to make sure that none of the caps got traded just to keep me on my toes. So we are going to scout again. We are going to go all the way through scouting, and then the draft will be the next episode here. So if we go to our staff contract scouts, this is what we're going to run with this year. Saunders, we're going to keep. Jim Clemente, we're going to keep. And we brought in Johnny Broom this year. Our last scout retired or disappeared. I'm assuming he retired. And I want to go heavy on the outfielders for Discovery. So I really wanted to get someone high on Discovery. When I'm done with Discovery, which I don't know when I'm going to be, remember that you can trade scouts mid-scouting season. So you can get somebody for Discovery, and then once you're done discovering and maybe you want 2 scouts that can scout position players, Johnny Broom has an 81 efficiency, probably not good enough. So I can come back and trade him and get a new one mid-scout to utilize both. So that's what we are going to do here. I do kind of want to set my lineups here. I won't keep you guys waiting for this because I don't think this one's going to take too long. Cumbest being DH is pretty hilarious to me. Especially against right hand. Who's playing first base? Yeah, that's not happening. Garver is going to play first base, especially against righties. Raleigh's going to be in. I don't like that I'm DH. This is my cap, by the way. I got lucky and my cap got on the Mariners. I mean, my defense is not great, so maybe that is the best situation. I mean, I'm better than Polanco. I'm better than Polanco, and I can play second. Crawford and Furbush. I mean, Furbush's this is bad too. Again, we're young, so our defense will get better. But I'd rather play him, suck up the defense a little bit, and go from there. So I'm probably going to lead off Julio. Putting him in the 3-4 hole, there's people on opposite sides of this conversation and argument. You put your best hitter at 1. No, you put your best hitter at 3 or 4. This lineup here, I think I need to lead off Julio because I don't have another viable option to lead off. I just don't. My best hitter, lead off. I don't have another option, so we're going to keep there. Righty. I am going to keep JP at 2, though. I wish he was a little faster, but it is what it is. But I do want to keep JP at 2. I'm going to go Garver at 3. Let's do Rayleigh. Let's do Polanco, then Rayleigh. The 34 vision for Rayleigh. I mean, he's got a little bit more power, but let's do that. Then we'll do Haniger, Dump. Oh, I forgot about Dumper. Ooh, never mind. We'll do this instead. And then the two rookies, the 2 caps, can round out the bottom, who are very, very similar. Of course, that's the way I meant it. First year, they had similar growth, so it's not a big deal. For left-handers, Julio's going to lead off again. JP is not as good against lefties, but we're going to keep him in. Furbush can play third. Again, Garver. I want Garver to play first base. And where's Raleigh? Raleigh's DH against lefty. 64-56. Oh, man. You know what? For fun here, let's put Harry Ford in against lefties. He's better. I like his speed too. Is there anybody that I don't want in for come best? Ooh, Sam Haggerty can hit lefties. Come best, which is my guy. You might have to sit against lefties, buddy, because Sam Haggerty can hit lefties. So that might have to be a thing here. We will do Garver though. I'm gonna put Haggerty as 4. I don't like it, but I think he's the best one against lefties here. Then we'll put Raleigh. Ford will take off some pressure. We keep Furbush in the 9 hole. Come best. I wish I could play him. I mean, I guess I probably could play him. But if someone starts to struggle, I will put Jameson back in because I want to play him. I want to get him a full load, if you may. But I think this is the best option right now. I really want Harry Ford to get better. We'll put all 3 catchers in the lineup. Raleigh can still switch to catcher if something gets hurt, and we can bring in another DH. So that's also an option if shit hits the fan. Clase, no. Polanco is decent against lefties too. Haggerty's just better though. God, our embarrassment of riches in the infield is something else. Honestly, as much as I like JP, 66-48. I may have to move out JP. I mean, JP's got 10 mil and he's 79. He's only a C. He's not going to get much better. I love JP Crawford. He did mash last year, 29 bombs somehow. But I think a majority of that was against right-handed pitching. I don't like platooning very much, but considering what we have this year, I think this is the best option. JP and Polanco's defense are pretty similar. But again, we will check this every couple weeks and make decisions if we need to. I do want to be a little bit more hands-on with the rosters this year. The lineups, I mean. I will say that injuries could play a part here too, which could change a lot of things. Pitching rotation, we're not going to touch because I think this is pretty simple. We don't have a long reliever per se, which is fine. We have 7 guys in the bullpen. We have Emerson Hancock we can bring up if we need a long reliever. Sometimes I go 5, 6, and 1 for long reliever, but this year I didn't want to, so we're going to go 5 and 7 because I use 12 pitchers on my organizations. So that's what we're going to do here. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I think so. Let's go to the first and fix the lineups. I don't care. The first scout, which is here, that's not a guy that I care about. Neither is that. Scouting assignments. We start 6 and 2, which is very nice. We take 2 of 3 from the Cardinals, 2 or 3 from the Yanks, and we have taken the first 2 from the Rangers, which is nice. So scouting this year, let's go see what is available first. So scout prospect, let's go see. Catcher, pitcher. Ooh, that catcher. Maybe not a generational talent. Other than that, don't really see an option, but we see catcher, pitcher, shortstop, pitcher. Is this another pitcher draft? I hope not. I hope not. The outfield, about 5 or 6, same. Right field, we don't have much. Cabrera. So we have some options here, but we need to discover some more. My main focus this year is going to be outfield. I will grab pitching as well. I will probably not touch an infielder, period. I just don't think I need it. First base would be nice, but outfield is just more of a need right now. So a lot of my scouting, we'll still have the one scout that does starting pitching because you can never use enough starting pitching. But my personal scouts, my individual scouts, and my discovery scout will be straight outfielders as much as we can until he's gone or done, because it's what we need. So efficiency, pitchers. So this one will be our scout position. We always go international first. This will be our discovery. They will be outfield, and we are going to go through every single one. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm not an expert at scouting. I'm still trying to figure out if I have to do multiple weeks. If they do get 4 players, I know there's a potential of them finding more in the international pool. But if they find 1, 2, or 3, I'm fairly certain they've exhausted the international, and I should switch, I think. So I'm still trying to learn and figure that out. But I'm going to do that. And then this one, we are going to immediately start going after certain prospects. I think it's important. There's a lot of people that like to scout twice, that like to do pitching twice. Me, I like to individual scout absolutely everybody that I can. And it will be Jim Clemente, will be that guy. So we do have number 17, which means if we go to, we can start right field or left, that's fine. Pablo Castilla, we probably won't have a chance to get. He might drop though, so we will go probably all left fielders here. We will bump him up to 1 though, because you always want your player to be 1 for the interest. I do need to do this. Whoops. I'm gonna do all outfield. Actually, I won't do center field. We have Julio there. He's there for a while. I will do starting pitching though, simply because it helps. Our starting pitching is really good, but it's just really easy to scout pitching and maybe grab that 4th or 5th round guy that wasn't ranked, and you figured him out. So at the same point, at the same token, you can also scout starting pitching as well. And to be fair, that's something I might want to do. Like, if I really needed pitching for the first week or 2, I would not scout individual players. I would also discover starting pitching. However, I'll advance here and just go take a look. Why is my, oh, whatever. My pitching is fine for now. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. And with every draft that comes on, it's really simple to at least get 2. Starting pitching is really, really simple to get. So I'm not really concerned with trying to set me up to get all these starting pitchers, because I just think it's really, really simple to do, and it's not a problem. We do need some bullpen too, but I think this year we're going to focus on the outfield. Next year we might focus on the bullpen, but for right now, for this year, we're going to go outfield and we're going to go from there. So, the first week is set. Alberto Rodriguez, that's fine. 9-6. Before we go check scouting, let's go check this out and make sure no one's struggling. I mean, it's the first couple weeks of the season. I'm not super worried about it. Our outfielders are terrible, but that's just the way it goes. Fister Furbush starting out well, because we do have JP and we have Come Best, who can come in and play if needed. So we're okay for now. Scouting, holy Lord. So this is one of those fog of war situations. If you look at Pablo Castillo, you look at his attributes, 99 power, 98 power. This guy's an all-star. This is incredible. He's not. You look at his potential on the top left. That's what you go by. It's what the game calls fog of war. The attributes looks good, but he's going to be a 74 potential, 75 potential, 98% of the time. So they almost fooled me with that one. It's not going to work. We didn't get one prospect discovered. Really? That is shocking. That's shocking. 37 for here for starting pitching international, though that's huge. So that's unfortunate. That was a waste of a week. There's literally just nobody to discover, which is unfortunate. Change prospect. I think we're at left field. Pena, only 45%. But again, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for outfielders. That's our goal. We swept the week. Look at us go. We're 16-6. George Curry's 4-1 with an ERA under 1. Oh my Lord. We are rolling. God, we got screwed again with this. Alex Pena, another one. Dropped 64 draft ranks, which means when this happens, when they drop that much, I do not continue. Okay. Am I doing something wrong here? How have we discovered nobody? There's nobody left in the outfield. We have absolutely everybody. That's very shocking to me. And I'm not a huge fan of that. You got to give us something to go after, you dorks. James Tan. We will look at him. Okay, that's a 3-3 week. We stay 19-9. That's fine. Bro, I'm super confused. Do you guys see a lot of this? So when you try to discover and there's just nobody? James Tan, he dropped 30 spots. Because he's 92 potential, I'm actually going to give this guy another week. I feel like he's not 99 speed. So I feel like he could jump back up. So I'm actually going to give Tan another week here. And hope that my feeling is correct. Fister Furbush is hurt for a little bit. That's okay, though. Our pitching continues to be absolutely dominant. Okay, well, I was wrong. They screwed me on that one. Drops to 98. Hey, we found one prospect in all of the, oh my gosh. Unbelievable. And he's not even good. I mean, he could be, I guess, but he doesn't give us, wow. So not an outfield draft. So that is unfortunate. We could try and find first baseman, I guess, because we could need first baseman, and clearly all of the outfield is set. So let's look for infield and see if we can sneak a first baseman. We don't really need a first baseman, to be honest, but we are going to continue to do it. James Tan, we got screwed here. Recently scouted. We're going back to all. We're still looking for someone that we can take with that 16 pick. Let's do MLB rank just to keep them in some sort of semblance of order. I'm going to go to right fielders first, which, oh my lord. Let's do the 21-year-old because we can get him done in pretty much 1 week. Why is he only 69? Hold on. 94 efficiency and 95 position players, and he's only 69. Okay, well, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Here, where are we at here? 65%, so 2 more weeks here. No longer injured. Put him back on the team. Jake Berger goes from the Marlins to the Cubs for Pete Crow Armstrong and Mark Leiter Jr. Okay, then. The final year of his deal and PCA and Mark Leiter Jr. Granted, Mark Leiter's 34. So really that was a 1-for-1 across the board. Interesting. That's not horrible. That's not a horrible trade, but still. Phil Francisco drops again. Speed defense guy. We do find 2 infield prospects. Oh my lord, this is not good. We're going to go 1 more week and then we're going to start scouting players because I feel like I have nobody to scout. This will be the final week for the starting pitcher international, and then we'll probably go east. But I think that we are running into a little bit of a problem that we are not finding anybody to actually scout. And we have some center fielders here we might just have to indulge. Center fielders I feel like are really difficult because a lot of them are speed and defense only. But I don't think we have a ton of options here. Oh, good lord. Who are the ones that we actually scouted here? View prospect list. Who'd we discover? Andres Ortega. Okay. And Hubert Webb. Okay. I mean, that could be a lot worse. So let's keep going here. Tom Canzone. He was hurt for a day. All right, so Corson. But there it is, though. Speed and defense. Which means that his offense won't be there. We did find 3 more infield prospects. Rory Grantham. Okay. We're looking at him and hoping that nobody else did. Okay. So I'm actually going to call this a day here. And this one, we need to go get new scouts. Johnny Broom needs to go. And we need to find someone who high efficiency and position player. And holy Lord, we don't have it. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. I mean, Brian Banks, it could be worse. His efficiency is a little too low for me. The lower we get, I know this is not going to work. And we have 103,000. So these guys we can't get. Slater and up. Guzman, not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. His efficiency is way too low. Not good enough. Jeez. I may have to go all the way to the bottom and grab that guy. P. Richter's not terrible. I might just have to go with him. I think he's the best out of the bunch. 89 and 90. 95 and 70. Yeah, we'll have to go Pete Richter. It's fine. I wish we could have had somebody else, but such is life. I'm going to get the Grantham now because I want to see what's up. I believe we're done here too. View prospect list, recently scouted. 95%, it's good enough. We're going to switch this to the East. Again, if I really wanted to, I could look for Central, but we're not going to. I could look and see if East or Central has the most. We are just going to roll with what we have. Checking our lineups again. Ooh, wearing our creams, our Sunday creams. JP, Garver, Luke Raley's terrible. Canzone came in for Mitch Haniger, who's dropped 2. Oh, he's starting to regress. Cumbest, terrible. But Fister, Furbush, 8 home runs, 29 driven in, hitting .321. And he is starting to improve mightily. Against lefties here, Raley. Harry Ford is not doing well in 73 at-bats. We might have to make the switch for him. Move Raleigh back to catcher. And bring back in Haggerty. Yeah, I will take another couple. I will take a look at that. We are going to keep Corson, though. I forgot. I'm hoping and praying that he can get a little better because we need an option here. And we only win 1 game in the week, so that's unfortunate. Isaiah Corson does stay and he does get better. Yes, a lot of that speed and defense, but you look at the contact and power. I like that. That is good. I don't think he'll drop to me, but it's nice that we have an option. Rory Grantham. Oh my God. I am going to finish him off, even though he's 77%, because I really want to see what's up with this guy. But good Lord, he can also play outfield. Doesn't have the defense for it, but this guy's power, I hope no one else scouted him. Oh my gosh, this guy could potentially be a freaking monster. Monster. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Let's continue here. Julio Vera. The interest is fine. Ooh, only 13 for East. So let's switch this to Central and see if we have more there. Again, if I wasn't lazy, I could have just looked. But I don't want to. So there's that. 19. It's a little better. Grantham is full. Oh my gosh. Wow. Potential 84 to 96. Look at those offensive stats. He's a beast. He's the first base DH is what he is. I mean, I pray that nobody else discovered him. There is a chance they did. There is a chance they did not. Speed defense for Julio Vera. I could keep him. He dropped 35, so I'm not going to. Corson, we already did. Let's try Frank Wade. And we'll do another outfielder here because we need to. Towards the end, we might do some bullpen guys as well. But again, outfield's the name of the game this year. Blake Hunt won Mercedes. We're still 10 games by 500, so we're still doing it pretty well. Frank Wade dropped. Typically the potential drops on a guy like this. Because you look at these stats, elite defense, elite speed, good power, great contact. Typically, you'll see the potential drop to be like a fog of war type. So I'm actually going to keep Frank Wade in for one more time because this is kind of rubbing me the way that I think he'll be better than 52 draft rank. I think. So we're going to give him another chance. Colt Cabrera. This one, that elite contact makes me want to give him another shot. So we're going to keep him in for one more week as well. Because again, we just need guys that we can draft, period. We need outfielders. There's nothing else we're really looking at. We might be able to guess on a couple bullpen if we need. But we need outfielders, period. Frank Wade does not. So the potential did drop. But that, oh man, this one's weird. This one's weird. This could easily be a fog of war situation too, but oh man. Interesting. Maybe I could reach for this guy in like round 2 or round 3 and hope, because no, look at his overall. He could be real. So I think this guy is going to turn into one of those overall 75 potential 74 type guys. But that's an interesting thing. I did not anticipate the top end of his potential to be 86. Typically, you see that in the 70s. So that's what's throwing me off a little bit, but it's okay. Colt Cabrera, kind of the exact same situation. We're not going to finish him, but someone to look at for later on, I suppose. Glenn Bellamy. He's 22, so we could get him in 1 week, so we're going to do that. Greg Fortenberry. Yes. I'm on it. Let's do it. Let's do it, Glenn. 4-2 week. We're 45-31. Our contact and defense, we knew that was going to be a problem, but our pitching continues to be dominant. Glenn Bellamy, speed and defense, but I love the power, though. Love the power, but he's not going to get much better where he is. He won't improve a bunch. I love that this. I don't care if he has bad contact or bad vision and discipline. Of course, it'd be nice, but if he can come in, be quick, play good defense, and hit some bombs, I mean, come on. That's not bad. I don't care if he's 79 overall. Not everyone can be 92, 95. It's just not a thing. Fortenberry, we're not going to continue. Is there anybody else outfield-wise that I want to take a chance at here? Or look around? We could do Joe Woodson. Left fields. Pena. Already did. Jeremy Ungerer. Okay. Got you. And center field. Oh, we do have some center fielders still. Okay. We do have some center fielders still. Let's hope and see. We might have to take 2 weeks with these guys. We might not be able to get to some bullpen. Cal Raleigh, that will change everything. That will change the house. Cal Raleigh is out for the year. What transactions did the thing did our team do? Activated Blake Hunt. Look at our roster here. We do have 1 open roster spot. So that will change things. Mitch Garver. That means we need someone to come up and be a bench guy. We need somebody else up because Cal Raleigh is out for the year. 239, 17 bombs, 43 runs batted in. Remember, I did turn the injury slider down a little bit. So it's unfortunate. Harry Ford is going to have to be our starting catcher. That means we can bring up absolutely anybody, and it's who's killing it in AAA. Let's kind of do this the right way here. Caden Polkovich is an outfielder. Vossler, third base, first base. Really nobody. Ryan Bliss is probably the most logical option because he can play defense. He can't really hit. But I think Bliss is the logical option. Because I don't really think we had anybody in AAA on the off. I mean, again, Polkovich, but he can't really play out there. Merlot. Yeah. I think we're going to go Bliss here. Let's promote him. Is he on the 40-man? He already is. So Bliss, that means we need to move somebody else up. Spanos can play second. Let's move him up to AA. And then we need to move up a AA to AAA, which will probably be... Let's do Locklear. Okay. They can figure out the rosters. The scouting is not done for the week. Fix your lineups. Don't care. Okay. 47-36. That's going to be huge, losing Cal Raleigh, but such is life. Both of the center fielders completely drop off. Straight fielding defense drops almost 40. And that means I probably won't continue with Hector Mata because I know what's about to happen. The offensive attributes are going to drop down in the yellow. And the rest of his is going to stay elite. Jeremy Ross, probably the same thing. I do like that his defense is not as high, but he did drop 40 points as well. So we're in our last week. I probably will chill on that. Is there any Josh Wilga? Let's do a couple. Wait, hold on. Pitchers, efficiency. Yeah, that's fine. It's the last week, so I'm not super worried about it. So let's just go get a couple pitchers, someone that we can scout all the way. So Alexi Ramirez and Jeremy Ross. Someone that we can get all the percentage on just to see who they're going to be. Felipe Manuel. I do have two lefties, though, so I'm not really looking for lefties. I'm just looking for something. Johnny Ray. Gabriel Arturo. We'll go Diego Caruso. So the last week, kind of a throwaway. I'm pretty certain here that the Central is still going. Yep, Texas. One more week, and Central will be done here. So the one thing that I did last year on accident is... Oh, we have another week. I'm just kidding. Hold on. We're not quite there yet. Cal Raleigh's back. No, he's not. He's just eligible. Stop it. Holy Caruso completely fell off. Alexi Ramirez. Hey. He'll walk some guys. But we get this? Yo. I don't care if it's 22. This is baller. Those are good. Those are great. The per nines are good except for the walks, but who cares? Everything else is pretty low. That's pretty solid. Caruso will switch here. Is there any closers that we can potentially go look at? Just in case nothing drops to us at 17, that'd be nice to have a couple options here. And this is the last week, so I probably need some guys that I can scout fully. Paul Smith. We'll do Paul Smith as well just to see. This one's done. So let's go back to the East here just for the final week. So what I was going to say before is last week I went all the way here, and the next video is actually the draft. Oh my God, the Rangers are 60-29. Jesus. So this year we're actually going to go, before we even skip past this, we're going to go take a peek as a kind of a tease into the next video, right? So view prospect list, team rank. So this is what we have so far. Roy Grantham is our number 2 prospect. I am so excited, and I'm going to be so disappointed when someone else takes him before 17. The hope and prayer and the chance that he drops all the way to 17 and hope that none of the other teams discovered him is super low, especially being a position player. But a man can dream, right? Betts was already high. We didn't go after Tillman. Pedro Ortiz jumps from 73 to 5. That's pretty solid. We do have Corson as well that we hope will drop. Howard Talbot, non-rank to 8. This could be a great one as well to pick up. Hopefully he drops a little bit. We won't reach for him because we don't need to. Raymond Kind, will be pretty decent. We know that. Same thing with Vic Diggs. Okay. Jumping to 12 is good. Probably on the higher end of the B. Joey Bloom. Same situation. Higher end of the B, most likely. Humberto Feliciano. Probably another B. Again, these are all pitching. This is why I don't stress about pitching, because pitching is really easy to get. It's all about position players. And unfortunately, I don't think we got lucky with any outfielders unless Corson drops to us or Grantham. Lexi will be nice to get to. He's going to be a high potential guy. I don't care that he's 22. I'm going to hope that he's a late bloomer. That's too good to pass up. If he drops me in round 2, considering what's left, no way he drops to round 3, and he might not even be there at pick 55. So we'll see. You look at the rest of the way. Frank Wade. This would be something that I might take a chance on. I kind of know the player he's going to be, but I might take a chance on him. Round 2, if nobody is there. He can play the corner outfield spots as well. Chad Davidson, we didn't really look at, although this could be unknown, so maybe not. Dino Castillo, probably in the lower end of the B because of where he's ranked. But I don't see any later picks that could potentially be a thing. This might be a draft where we might be we might guess, guys. We may have to guess a couple of players here. So nobody that we really figured out that could be good late round picks, but I'm telling you, Roy Grantham, if we can get him, even though we don't technically need an infielder, if we can get him or Corson in round 1, I will be happy. Anything past that, it is what it is. I will be happy. So, before we head on here and finish this video, we'll look again. They moved Julio out of the 3 spot and moved Fister Furbush to the leadoff spot. He's hitting 300, so whatever. He is, caps we normally look at later, but good Lord, he is improving mightily. He can lead off, that's fine. You can move Julio down for all I care. The AI switches things up whenever they want. So it is what it is. Cumbest is at the 262. That contact versus right. I don't like that he's losing left, so that's unfortunate. The bottom of our lineup is absolute shit. And so is our bench. There's nobody really to move in. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. You look at our pitching, though, and oh, baby. The Rock, 3.23, 9-6. Kirby, I think he was 6-1, so his decisions are dropping a little bit. 90 strikeouts and 114. He is under 3 ERA, though. That whip's a little high. I think they're all high, though. Logan Gilbert, 7-2, 97 strikeouts, 374. Bryce Miller, 279, continuing his tear from last year. A potential Bryce Miller, 279, 127. And Brian Wu, hey, he's our 5th starter. He's given us 5th starter numbers. Can't really complain. Our bullpen, Saucedo, Santos is absolutely killing it this year. Ryan Stanek is doing well. Adcock, Matt Brash is getting shelled. So we're going to move him out of that. I should have done that earlier and looked, to be fair. Munoz only has 1 blown save, but he's given up some runs. But it is what it is. So that's where we're at right now. Let's go ahead to the calendar. Let's go right here. 1 day before the draft. And this is where we are going to end this video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to add your cap to this franchise and you can watch it go, see how they progress, all you have to do is fill out the form in the Google description, some basic questions, and at each spring training, I will draft you or create a player in to our franchise, and we will see where they will land. Next video is the draft. I appreciate you guys for checking this video out. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like about the series. I greatly appreciate you. We will see you next time for the draft.